Hello everyone, my name is Durga Prasad. I'm AWS certified trainer. In this video, we'll be discussing about introduction to cloud computing. We'll discuss in detail about cloud computing. We'll go through an agenda here and we'll start to understand the introduction of cloud computing. What is cloud computing? Who is using cloud computing? Benefits of cloud computing, types of cloud computing, powering customer innovation and cloud service providers. These all are the things which we are going to discuss into this video. So let's start with the introduction now. Cloud computing is the delivery of computing services such as servers, storage, databases, networking, software, analytics, intelligence, and more over the internet. And whenever we need to understand what is cloud computing, so cloud computing is on demand delivery of IT resources over the internet with pay as you go pricing. Means whenever we are going to use the IT resource from the cloud service provider, we are paying how much we are using. So instead of buying, owning and maintaining physical data centers and server, you can access technology services such as computing power, storage, databases, many more from service provider like AWS, Azure and GCP. Now we'll see who is using cloud computing. So the organization of every size, every type, every size and industry all are using cloud for a variety of use cases. We can see here like the companies are using for testing purpose, companies are using for big data analytics purpose, companies are using for websites purpose, even for data backups, for disaster recovery, virtual desktop, software development. We do have these kind of services which are available into the cloud computing. Because of these services, the companies, either companies very small, medium or large scale company, everyone is using cloud computing. We can have some examples here which we can see. These are the company, they are using cloud computing resources. Let's say we can start to understand from AWS. So these all are the companies who are using AWS resources. AWS is a cloud service provider. So these all are the company, they are using AWS cloud services. These are the company like your Bosch, Audi, HSBC, Starbucks, 3M, FedEx, they all are using Microsoft Azure services. Like the same, we have listed out some of companies who are using GCP platform, right? So these all are the CSP. We can call cloud service provider. So these all are the CSP. CSP means cloud service provider. AWS is one cloud provider services or cloud providers. In Microsoft Azure is another cloud providers. In GCP, Google Cloud Platform is another cloud providers. And these all are the companies, they are using their services. Now we'll discuss about the benefits of cloud computing. And if we are using cloud resources which are available like your AWS, Microsoft Azure or GCP, if we are going to select any one of the cloud service provider and we are going to use their services, so we will be getting certain benefits. Let's say we will be getting elasticity, means you can scale resources up or down to instantly grow and shrink capacity as your business needs changes, or when your business workload will get changed, automatically it will optimize in your uh, scaling purpose. It will optimize to give you a best performance. And the next one, we do have deploy globally in minutes. So it will take very few seconds to deploy and your deployment will go globally, so anybody can access from any place. It's a cost saving solution. So whenever you are using IT resources from CSP, means from cloud service provider, you are going to save the cost. Now we'll be saying up some of advantages of cloud. So we can start from here. The first advantage of cloud computing is it is used for saving up the cost. You will be able to save the cost. If you are using on-premises resource or on-premises data center, the cost will be high. But once you are going to rent the same data center in cloud service provider or in cloud specifically, so you will be able to save the cost. It will give you the flexibility, services are available 24 by 7. It will give you reliability as well. You will be able to scale up, scale down, so you will be having good scalability. We do have performance here. In automatic software updates are available here into the cloud. We can have easy backups and restores. We do have again unlimited storage which are available under the cloud. So these all are the advantages which we are getting up into the cloud computing. Now we'll see the types of cloud computing. There are two types of cloud computing architecture which are available here. The first one, which is based on deployment, and second one is based on the service model. Let's say here we are having CSP, which is service provider or cloud service provider. How cloud service provider is providing us service, we will be able to get into the service model, and how users are going to deploy the same services, that will be checking up under the deployment model. So this is your service model, this one is the deployment model. In service model we will be checking it out how customer is using cloud service provider services, and in deployment model we will be checking it out, or we will be able to deploy, our users will be able to deploy some of services in the cloud, right? And now we do have service model as a three type, like infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. Infrastructure as a service means we are getting the services based on the infrastructure. Means we can take RAM, we can take CPU, we can take memory, like that we are getting the virtual resource under the IaaS, or we can call infrastructure as a service. In platform as a service we will be able to have certain operating systems and some of platforms which we are using under the cloud. In software as a service, what all are the softwares and applications are available, we will be able to access those software and application from cloud service provider directly. When we are coming back into the deployment model, so we need to understand one more thing into the deployment model, like this is into the customer's hand, or this is into the user's hand, how user is going to deploy in the cloud. So if user want to deploy a private cloud, user can create a private cloud where people will not be able to reach from the internet. User can deploy a public cloud where user can easily reach. User can deploy both public and private together, we can call hybrid cloud or hybrid deployment. So these all are the types of cloud computing. Now we'll be seeing in details. So the first one is your types of cloud deployment. In that we will be discussing about the private cloud. So private cloud means it's a cloud where nobody will be able to reach because it will be not having the access of internet. That's why it will be completely secure. Nobody will be able to access the private cloud. Public cloud, let's say there are some services, if we need to host the websites, or if we need to run some other services like your machine learning service or some other services where you need to show the content to the user, that time you have to use the public cloud. So for public cloud, user can deploy even in the cloud. Next we do have hybrid cloud, so we can combine both public and private, we can make it hybrid cloud. And the last one is community cloud. Community cloud is a kind of collaborative cloud where a single organizations will be sharing same kind of applications to their branches, so everybody will be able to use the same resource in the cloud. So exactly these all are the types of deployment which are available right now into the cloud industry. Next we will be seeing types of cloud computing based on your service model. So we do have infrastructure as a service, which will provide you the networking features, which will provide you the virtual hardware, which will be providing you the data storage. So these entire things comes under infrastructure as a service. And in your platform as a service, we are going to manage your operating systems, some software and resources we are able to manage under the platform. In software as a services, we are focusing only on applications and software, or we can call end user applications, which we are generally using in our PC. We can even get those applications as software from cloud itself. Now we'll see certain cloud service provider, which we used to call CSP, cloud service provider. So as we can see now, We do have AWS, which is of Amazon. We do have Microsoft Azure. We do have GCP. We do have top 3 cloud service provider. If you talk about the market share, so worldwide market share of leading cloud infrastructure service provider in third quarter 2022. AWS alone is having 34%, Microsoft Azure is having 21%, Google Cloud is having 11%, Alibaba Cloud is having 5%, IBM Cloud is having 3%, Salesforce is having 3%, Tencent Cloud is having 2%, Oracle is having 2%. So this cloud infrastructure services is completely based on a report which has been taken from Synergy Research Group. And specifically, this is based on platform as a service and infrastructure as a service. And if you talk about the total revenue here, so cloud infrastructure service revenues in the past 12 months, which has been ended in the September month 2020, it is $217 billion. And we will be able to check into here also at this place, like there are certain details has been given. By that we will be able to get like how which company is using what, are which company is using how much percentage of cloud market share. So while watching this videos, everyone please subscribe to this channel for more details on the same cloud computing stuff. Now we'll be seeing top 10 cloud service providers like AWS. It is having 26 region, 84 availability zone. Microsoft Azure, which is having 60 regions and 116 availability zone. GCP is having 34 in that 34 will be region and availability zone is 103. So specifically we are not talking about these are the absolute number, it can change somewhat as well. Thanks for watching the videos guys.